All right, Lauren Brownlow, as you and I are recording this on Tuesday, late morning, early afternoon, we are about 48 hours, a little more than 48 hours away from kickoff of the new NFL season. So I want you to know I started putting these together, my 25 predictions for the Panthers in 2025. Started putting these together while I was in Greece on a ferry from one island to the other. So last night, when I opened up the document to start putting them in, various order of how I wanted to bring them up to you, I realized some of these were already invalid and outdated, including, Lauren, I don't know that this is going to make you feel good, but I am coming around to your way of thinking. I am off the 4-0 to start the season train. Now, I still think they are to be very decent at the start of the season, but that Cardinals game without a full wide receiving core gives me more pause than it did beforehand. So, Lauren, these are in no particular order. Just because I say it first does not mean this is what I am most confident in, but here are 25 predictions for the Carolina Panthers throughout the course of the 2025 season. Number 1, and we're going to start big. Teteroa McMillan wins Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I don't hate that. All
right. 2, final record for this team, 7-10.
Yeah.
It's still improved.
Honestly, yeah, I that seems reasonable. I'm with you.
I was on the winning record bandwagon, but now I think 7-10 seems fair. Number 3, all right, here's where we get into the not what we want to see, but does seem likely. Multiple guys in the course of a 17th season, they're going to try out multiple options across from J.C. Horn as the other top cornerback in this pairing.
Yeah, whether injury or
I just don't think anybody's going to step up and take hold of it. I think that's going to end up being a priority position in next year's draft or free agency. Number 4, by the end of the season, we all come to accept the black helmet as the primary helmet.
I don't hate that either. Certainly the black is always a preference for me. The black jerseys.
I think
black,
that has
black
become
everything.
I think that has become such a prevalent feeling that without a major design overhaul, that is something the team could do to say we're changing things up.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
All right. Number 5, for the season, Bryce flirts with but does not get to 4,000 yards passing.
That seems right too.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at all these reasonable predictions you're making. I don't even know you anymore.
All right. Are you ready? Because now we're about to get unreasonable. We're going to combine 2 together here. Okay. Number 6, Tommy Tremble never lines up at tight end number 1 because number 7, an all-pro season for Jatavian Sanders.
I love that one.
I'm not saying team all-pro. But I am saying I think he is going to really open eyes this year.
And you like Evans as well. So
I do. I think that Tommy Tremble is going to become expendable at some point this season because of what those 2 guys end up representing for the Panthers.
Yeah. We'll see.
Number 8, the Ball family is invited to bang the drum for one game this season. Look, Lauren, you can't invite Steph Curry or Luke Combs for every game. We are running thin.
Oh my God. I don't know. We'll see. Tepper's done weirder things. So
agreed. Number 9, Panthers finished 2nd in the NFC East this year.
South.
Oh, South. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I wrote East on that.
Because it also sucks. Well, no, actually, it's not. It's not as bad as it used to be. Never mind. But yeah. To be fair, that could mean a number of things. So I'm potentially on board with it.
All right. Number 10, we're going to do another combo here. And this is 2 kind of swings here in a combo prediction. Number 10, Jimmy Horn ends up as the main returner because number 11, Trevor Etienne emerges and Rico Dowdle becomes trade bait by the deadline.
I do want the Horn thing to happen very much.
Yeah.
We'll see. I wish I could be as confident in Etienne. I'm not as confident in their running back judgment. I'm not.
I'm not either. I think that Etienne first of all, he allied a lot of my fears about his physical readiness for during the preseason. So I think he is in better health than I had feared that he was. I also thought when he got in there, man, like he got in there like his hair was on fire. So I'm expecting him to at least establish a spot in the running back rotation this season. Number 12, I don't think this is a good thing necessarily, but number 12, I think Hunter Renfrow ends up staying on this roster all season.
I don't think, why would it be bad?
I think it would be bad only because it would tell me that you have continuing issues with Coker. Maybe continuing health issues with Coker, and maybe lingering trust issues with XL. I think there are going to be a lot of opportunities for Hunter Renfrow, and that is not saying that we should be doing better than Hunter Renfrow. That is like saying clearly Renfrow was not part of the plan for the original 6 in the lineup, and the plan's not gonna work out. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. Okay, I was just trying to make sure your own personal feelings towards Hunter don't.
No, I actually don't dislike Hunter. I dislike what is I hate the sin, but not the sinner, as the religious folk like to say. Okay, number 13. This is where my optimism may get in the way here. The Week 12 Monday Night Football game becomes known as the Bryce Young game, where at a primetime spotlight, Bryce Young shows out a bit.
Good Lord willing. I don't like going there. I don't like playing them. I hate it.
That is the 49ers. I think, you know what? I'll tie this to number 14 because you will see that I'm a little bit of a sucker for a guy going home. Number 14, even though the Panthers lose, T-Mac puts the league on notice in week 2 at Arizona.
That I like actually, because some good things have happened to some offensive rookies against Arizona in the past. So I don't mind continuing that streak, and going home I think would be. Yeah, but for the Monday night thing, I just hate when people pay attention to us in prime time.
I understand.
Right now, I don't think we're ready. So I'm like,
I've known you long enough to know that's true.
Yeah.
Number 15. This is more one I want to get ahead of before we all start to convince ourselves what this team may do at the deadline. Dan Morgan, aside from an opportunity to add draft picks, is largely going to be quiet at the deadline this year. Number 16. This one, now in light of injury status, feels like a lock. I think Jalen Coker comes back to earth and looks a little bit more like an undrafted free agent this year.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that way, but certainly some of the reporting is not.
I'm not out on him as a deserving member of this team or as a long-term part of the plan, but I think that anytime an undrafted free agent jumps out a bit, I think sometimes it is about not having enough tape on a guy.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
And the other part is, if XL takes the step they need him to take, and if Tetairoa McMillan is who we think he is, they're just going to be less targets for the guy this year. Number 17, the Panthers are going to get a new deal done with Icky before the end of the year.
That'll be interesting to watch, because here's the thing. If he comes out and sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think so.
I think they're waiting.
Here is what I'm leaning on. And I don't think I'm leaning on what I expect the Panthers to do, not what I want them to do. I think sometimes, and this is not a Panthers problem, this is an NFL problem. A lot of teams operate from the standpoint of, this guy is serviceable. Do we want to risk going into the market? Now, they could get a deal done with him and still feel like, whether it's, I never remember how to pronounce the kid's name out of Miami. Is it Magawa or Magua? Their big offensive tackle that was just shoving Notre Dame around like he was playing against inflatable.
That was wild. Yeah. I don't remember it, but
whether it's him or the big kid, who I think his last name is Lomu out of Utah. If this team is picking in the top 10, if this team is picking in the top 10 again, why
They'll
would
have
you
someone.
not go tackle, right? Like they'll zero in on that. But
and that's what I mean. Like, I think like if they like what they see out of Icky, then yes, I agree with you, because why not like go with your proven guy that, you know, he had the one blip and then he came back and was pretty good. I think you stick with that. But if he shows signs of like the yips again, I think they wait and they don't resign him.
Yeah, and see, I think because of the yips, because you look at a dude like Alabama's Caden Proctor, who everybody says physically that should be the best tackle in the country, but he, like Icky in year 2, has game-long brain farts. It just disappears. Like, I don't think the Panthers want to get into that situation, at least not get into it with an unknown quantity. They know that there are ways to turn Icky around a little bit. Number 18, I don't like this one, but I think that depth chart is going to make it a reality. Lathan Ransom does not see the field much in year 1. Remember, he and Trayvon Moore basically play the same position.
Listen, honestly, that would be great.
I agree. I agree. I would, when I say I don't necessarily want him to not see the field, it's because I would hope that he has some flexibility and could adjust to the role of a free safety. I just don't think it's going to happen fast.
Yes, I would love to have him have time to like settle in, adjust, whatever. Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, number 19. The Panthers don't lose to the Saints in 25, but don't beat the Buccaneers in 25.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, and also like that would track with what I think like each of those would be right now.
Yeah.
I would take that because we always find a way to lose to the Saints when we're not supposed to, or when like, you know, they're beatable and it's infuriating. So, you know, I hope that that's the case. Yeah, I would hope.
Number 20, the Panthers test moving DJ Wanham inside at some point this season.
Yeah, I can see that because I don't know that I've seen much in there that.
Right. It's a huge need, right? And I think Uman Mielen is tracking to be ready to be on the field more often than not. And maybe Scorton too, depending on when he comes back. But I think those rookies are going to push for playing time on the outside. And Wanham is the experienced, the veteran that I think could handle a new task. Also, the guy playing for a new contract as well, that I think that is going to play into it. All right, Lauren, I don't know how we're going to confirm or deny that this one happens. We need a spy on the inside of Dave Tepper's box.
Oh, God.
Number 20 or number 21. Jordan Love in week 9 absolutely goes off against the Panthers, and Dave Tepper admits to somebody we probably should have let Bryce sit for a while.
I mean,
again, we need a spy on the inside to confirm whether or not it ever happens. But that's,
he doesn't strike me as like a I'm going to admit when I'm wrong type of guy. But
all right, fair. Number 22, somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb, and Ejiro Evero is out at the end of the season.
Well, it won't surprise me. I mean, I hate it in some ways because like.
Oh, sorry.
But you know what?
This was supposed to be a combo. Sorry. Ejiro Evero is out at the end of the season, but the Panthers do show improvement and beat last year's sack total.
Well, God knows. And I think they will show improvement because they were the worst defense of all time. So, like, that's not exactly, I hope, a bold take from us. And I hope that that's true because I genuinely do not think my sanity can take going worse than last year with this defense. And I think if it's worse than last year, I think he's fired before the end of the season.
So,
even if it's not all his fault, like, it just is what it is.
So ESPN, they've hired a slew of new NFL national people, some guys that I've never heard of before. And there was a guy named Seth Walder that did a bold prediction for every team. And his bold prediction for the Panthers is they finish with fewer sacks in 25 than they had in 24. And his concerns are all fair. They're all fair, but I
have concerns as well about like a low sack number, but
yeah, his concerns are all fair, but it, I think, dismisses the idea. Like, I think to assume they are going to be worse, you have to then assume that Ejiro Evero, rather than making guys practice, was just telling everybody to go to Lake Norman every chance they got during training camp. Let's see, number 24. 4. Shaq gets a standing ovation in week 8 when the Bills are in town, but makes no real impact on the game.
Oh, well. The second part is certainly a bold prediction on your part, because that is not how these things tend to go, Demetri. It sure got bad news.
I think Shaq is largely, I think he's largely there to have a roster spot in Buffalo. I don't know how much we're actually going to see him on the field, but I believe he will be greeted with a hero's welcome when he comes back to Charlotte.
Look, he went to Panthers North. It makes sense.
Agreed.
And we'll see. It's like the reverse migration. Like usually to live, they come from there to here, and to play football, they come from here. They go from here to there. So.
All right, this one maybe we'll close out with one that you might think is bold. I don't know that it will happen this year, but before the end of the year, I don't know that the event will happen this year, but before the end of the year, formal plans to honor Cam will be announced.
I hope so.
I think they will be. I think given...
It's an easy PR win for him.
Not only is it an easy PR win for Tepper, but right now, as Cam's star is sort of ascending at ESPN, I could see him being more willing to play ball than ever before.
I could add a prediction about Cam at ESPN, but I'll probably...
Are you predicting he gets fired?
No, I just over under apologies or clarifications having to be issued.
Have you seen the clip of, I think it was from yesterday, of him talking to Stephen A. Smith about, they're talking about the Micah Parsons trade. And Cam is making the point that at a certain extent, at a certain point in this league, you got to look out for yourself. You got to make sure you get what you want.
Well, not that he ever did that.
Right. He calls out Stephen A. Smith, who is saying, you have to be willing to build around a team. And he's not talking about stay in Dallas. He's talking about how much of the cap Micah Parsons now takes up in Green Bay. And Cam Newton mentions Stephen A. Smith's contract and says, are you telling me you weren't looking out for yourself when you signed this deal? But in true Cam fashion, he says you weren't trying to get your cheddar, and that the most Cam thing possible is Cam can't stop. Just to say it is so stupid. Cam can't stop naming cheeses. He just keeps naming various types of cheeses. If you are
toasted cheeses, lightly toasted cheeses.
Yeah, no, not Cheez-Its. Cheeses. He's like, your cheddar,
cheeses.
Your provolone, your manchego,
mozzarella, brie.
For a brief moment, he's confused that he is not on First Take, but is instead on The Family Feud.
I miss his presence. I'm so glad that we'll at least have a chance to get him clipped in other ways and continue to have him in our lives in that way. Just like with the podcast, he was giving us gems sometimes.
Right.
And now we'll get him. I can't believe that's wild.
If you are a subscriber to the YouTube Premium channel, Joe Ovies and I did play the clip on OG on Business this week. So if you have not watched it, go watch it, because my immediate reaction was, this guy won't stop naming cheeses. He's derailed the show.
He found a metaphor. He's rolling with it. He's very excited. It's the right metaphor, which is not always true for Cam.
Right.
So
so why should he stop?